Today I'm going to be making geometric grilled cheese, which is an awesome STEM activity to use with kind of an older group of children. You'll have to excuse my voice, I have laryngitis. So let's go ahead and begin. I think this is really fun because you can learn about shapes. There's a lot of cool questions that you can ask. It's very hands-on and, well, it tastes good. So I'm going to start off with some plastic knives, and they're safe for kids to use. I have some different textures of cheeses, so I actually have a white cheese that's kind of in the shape of a circle that I cut out. You can do this by hand or by cookie cutters. And then I also have some shredded cheese to add to it as well, so that it adds kind of a different texture and feel to it. Then I have 2 pieces of bread. For the bread, I would encourage them to cut them in whichever shape they would like. You could do triangle, rectangle, square, circle, kind of, whatever you would like to do. You could even do things that were fun like stars and other shapes like that. But for this one, I'm just going to do a square. So I'm going to get my plastic knife and I'm going to cut a square out of the bread. Okay. So it's more of a rectangle, but that's a shape too. So I have my bread. Then I'm going to place on it my circle. So you can talk about how, if these fit, if they do not fit, what shape they are, things like that. I'm also going to add another piece of cheese to the other side of it to make it super cheesy, and some of the shredded cheese as well. So questions that can be asked during this activity obviously are about the shapes and kind of the textures that you're feeling while you're placing the sandwich together. And how it's going to turn out in the end. Is the bread going to be soggy? Is it going to be textured? Is it going to be burnt? Is it going to be crispy? Kind of questions like that. And is the cheese going to be melted on in the inside, or is it going to not melt at all? So different questions like that can be asked. And then, you got to add a little bit of butter, which is good too, because it's a different substance. So that goes with talking about the bread and kind of how it's going to turn out as well. And then I would put it into a toaster oven, in which I already came up with one of mine so that I didn't have to do it. I used my stove oven. And I did a small square earlier. And so here you can see that the bread is still a little crispy, but in the inside of the sandwich, all of the cheese is melted. So that's something fun to talk about, something fun to eat. Talks about shapes. You could really do it with any type of food you wanted to. You could do it with a fruit salad. You could do it with different sandwiches. Honestly, anything. And I think anything that kids can eat is a ton of fun. So there's my STEM activity, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye.